Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we're still in the warm-up. This is once again the IeSF CSGO group stages, and we are indeed just about to begin. And today we've got a team we've seen before, right? And a team we are hoping to see the best from, and that is going to be China/Tyloo. It's the team we've seen earlier today, looking very, very commanding, and the team we're really hoping to see the best from. It's a good performance against Russia.
Absolutely, also known as Vesuvius there. Tyloo at their best, a very dominating force that we did see earlier today, and hopefully Russia doesn't suffer the same fate. We are on Mirage again, a map that we have seen several times this afternoon and now this evening. And I guess we could throw our stabs at it to a win, but seeing that Tyloo/China is the favorite to take this out, we'd have to favor them at this stage.
Yeah, it's true, and a knife round will be underway in just a second when we are allowed to move. That's
indeed. There's about 3 seconds left, and we'll see the knife go underway. I can't imagine if China win the knife, they will want to swap sides, and Russia probably vying for that CT side as well on Mirage. So we'll see which way this knife goes right now. They will meet just outside of main. They're dancing around each other as most knife rounds like to go. Koshek taking the first damage. Captain Mo first to fall down, and slowly followed by the unfortunate Russian players there. And here we go. Actually, it's now 5 frags.
Oh!
And there we go. Russia turning that around on its head. So bringing that back from the absolute death. So I'm sorry, Vesuvius is now 5 frags, or we'll refer to them as Russia, as this is an international event. Tyloo representing China, and I imagine they will request a swap. But who knows, maybe they like the attacking side to start off with.
Well, we have got enough data now to build our own conclusions about Mirage, at least in the context of this tournament. It's something like the 3rd or the 4th game we've had today on Mirage.
Yes, it's been a very popular choice. The veto process leading to this map more than about a dozen times now almost. We've had 1 train and 1 overpass.
Yeah.
We're not seeing the real common ones in Cash and Dust, so I guess people are a bit scared as this is quite open as it is just the group stages of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're not sort of feeling like you have any particular strength in a way, like then Mirage is the map for you, because you know there's elements of executing being important, but there's also your map play and your rotations. It's a mixture. It's a mixture. So nobody, I guess, wants to ban it out, because nobody in the tournament, as far as I'm aware, will have the scouting information to say, ah yes, X team is strong on Y map.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. And here we go into the first round here. As you can see, the old 5 frags Russian side has opted to go onto the CT side, and they'll be playing with Koshak, Mazuri, Spinj, Foga, and Plazinho. And on the China side, we have Attacker, DD, Somebody, Fancy, and Captain Mo. And here we are going into the first round of this Mirage map.
Yeah, pistols being taken away. Fairly standard setup, it's looking like. 1 man mid, 2 being sent to each site on the side of Russia. And let's see. What are China going to be doing here?
It does look like the bomb is dropped just outside of apps, and we do see a heavy presence and a bit of a lurk there up in towards mid, but we do see the presence and the bomb heading towards apps there. A bit of aggression shown by Spinj, and he gets taken down in a 1-for-1 trade there. Somebody getting that headshot onto him with that Glock, so it's a 4-on-4 here, and we do see a bit of a rotate coming through. Attacker coming from unders. He's got to spot Koshak here in connector, or will get taken down. And China, there you go, we see that dominant force raining through mid, getting control and working their way onto the A-bomb site.
Yeah, they are going to be pushing on. They get another kill there. DD takes down Plasno, and last man left is going to be Tenchi, who goes down
in style at that.
Yeah.
Captain Mo to the face. So a bit of support for the Chinese guys here that we can hear, and to be honest, it's not surprising. They are the dominant force. They're a great team to watch. Yeah. And they come from one of the largest populations in the world, so statistically speaking, there should be some fans in the crowd.
You're not wrong, actually. Yes, there you go. Numbers. The numbers game. But I think as well, I don't know if this is just my impression, but I always think Chinese fans are
oh, there you go. Fogo or Romenko there with the big one dig, but sorry, you were saying about the Chinese fans?
No, I was just saying they're very keen. You know,
They are
they're very
keen.
happy about their about their team's successes. As of right now, though, Tyloo having lost that player.
That's alright though, because it was a play with an SMG, so nothing too lost there in terms of financial sense. We do see the rifles building up. The bomb still sitting back in T-spawn, so just waiting for that peek from one of the CT players, but playing very patiently, holding the shorter corners with these pistols. And we see somebody trying to find an opening. He's just going to hold and wait for a push potentially out of B apps, but nothing will happen there. And we do see a rotate coming out of B, so if they can bring that bomb into the B site, it will be quite free, but we'll see that push coming up from Foga. Up top mid is going to get some great info if he can make his way past the horseshoe there. He does see a player, but doesn't get any shots down, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like Russia, they kind of started to suspect what was going to happen here, and they did start to rotate back, but the problem is they aren't reacting now that they've lost a player elsewhere. They're going to be distracted here. This is not the play for them. They are going to maybe get this kill here. Yes, indeed. Plazino picks that one up, but they had the potential to kind of stop that bomb plant, or to put more people there to stop it, but it looks like they've let China get themselves onto the site. Now coming down to the 2-on-2 though, health bar is pretty low.
Somebody in a great angle there, but he gets spotted down by Koshak. P250 against the AK, not fancy, but gets the headshot, so it's a one-on-one situation, and Attacker is extremely low. He's got a few utilities out. He will probably play passive with bench. He's been pre-fired upon, but doesn't reveal himself. Very wisely done here. A couple of bullets either way will seal this fate. Down for the second round here. Bomb is down. Koshak needing to make a play. Clears out all of Market. Calls it in. He does have the AK. Is it worth saving at this stage? Yes, it is. He is running. And Attacker better start running too to save that Galil here.
Yeah,
it's mid now.
I don't think he's getting out of here. He's on 2 HP.
He's on
Come on, man.
Run forest and dead. Oh, good. Koshak saving up that AK. So not a bad eco at all, really.
No. Like, they were close to winning the round, so they'll be a bit sad about that. They'll be like, oh, maybe we could have done it. But
that was a great sound.
But ultimately, that's still a very efficient round for them. And
pretty much 5% of the way there.
With this buy-up here from China, right, this is designed to punish the fact that they know that was a force-up. They know there's not going to be a lot of armor, but they've kind of maybe forgot this AK with armor that could punish the MAC-10s quite hard. We'll see how that works out. Here comes the Zerg rush of the MAC-10s, not even going to stop moving.
The Zerg MAC-10 rush, and it has paid dividend. That's a very quick round, a very
they get their AK back.
Financially viable round with those MAC-10s, and there you go. They'll be upgrading to AKs now, and we'll see if Fancy does join that club. Maybe just pondering on that, but we'll see rifles come out in the AWP coming out on Plazino. So we'll see our first full rifle round for both sides here, and Fancy deciding to hold on to that MAC-10 so he can bank anything more. But against those M4s, you're going to have to hope that he can play some sneaky angles there.
Yeah, that seems like an odd choice for him, actually, because I think they had enough money for him to replace the MAC-10. But
and the firing through the smoke brings Attacker down to 6. And some great pre-fire there, and we see the smokes, and they do have mid-control, but he's going to have to check his corner. He's going to get shot through the side of the head by Koshak. Great positioning there from him, but we do see somebody making his way slowly but surely onto the A side. Great opening frag there, and they have presence on the A bomb side. We've just got to work the bomb here, and then it'll be a bit of a retake, but a difficult one at that.
Yeah, let's see what they can do, but Spinjay just went down as well, so now Plazino, he's got to be thinking, alright, I've got no AWP, I want to save this. The problem is going to be, though, if we look, DD is in a position to kind of cut off his escape route. That being said, the rest of China has to kind of chase Plazino into a position where they can flank him with DD.
They
can't afford to lose that many players.
Oh, that would have been absolutely fantastic. The whip around is, oh my god, how did he stay alive with that nade? He's on 4, and DD, look at this.
Sit tight.
Just riding it out. He's going to die anyway if, oh no, he's not.
Bomb's too far, it won't kill him. He's just got to ride this out for time, but
he knows he can't run towards CT. Very well done. Hides in plain sight, just between the angle there, and DD's not even going to think twice about it. Good save.
Yep. No, I mean, that's about as good of a save as you're ever going to find, actually. But certainly still doesn't change the fact they lost the round. Keep the AWP now, but we saw before when they had one weapon, they didn't really do very much with it as against the MAC-10 rush. And to be fair, that's a lot of momentum. It's very hard to stop that with just one guy, but we'll see how it works out this time.
Definitely, we'll see a couple of Deagles out. We've had a lot of fun with the Deagles today. this round of the tournament. A couple of very nice shots coming up. We'll see what if these guys can add to that highlight reel of the one digs. But Fancy coming out of apartments there, not too much coverage, so there's only the one player playing in the C team. We'll see the rotate coming through connector, but they'll get picked up quite quickly with somebody. Actually, the trade coming out with the Deagle from Alza, which eventually gets traded up by somebody. A bomb will go down. 2 players left, Orb gone. Nice pick there from somebody, and now Spin with the 5-7 and a bit of a dream. He will be spotted soon in CT, sorry. And he gets taken down by Captain Mo to the face.
Yeah, couldn't even manage to catch that one kill. Got him low, but just not happening that time. And well, it's going to be the next buy up coming through now. This is their chance to really start to try and put the lock on, because they are getting 2 orbs available here to them. What?
Oh, you meant the Russians put the walk on?
No, the lock. As in their attempt to try.
The Russians will put the walk on. I'm like,
what? Yeah, I mean.
But anyway,
it's a double an unusual turn of phrase. I understand your confusion.
There is a bit of confusion. It has been a lock there, but we do see a double up setup, and hopefully going to pay a dividend for these guys from Russia. And a very slow attempted mid control here from the Tyloo boys. Flash goes out, and the smoke hopefully going to smoke off connector there, I imagine. Oh no, smoking off window, so they can make a push down short, but they're playing it slow and steady now. They know they're on rifles. A bit more middle firepower, but Plazenia with the early peek takes down Fancy, so it's unlucky there. The timing just a bit off, and he'll retreat to cover Palace. So Bomb's still lurking around T-spawn, but it looks like it will be headed towards this A bomb site.
Yeah, this is a little bit interesting. I'm trying to read, which is obviously becoming a weakness for me, but I'm trying to tell where they positioned the 2 AWPs, right? Because I'm pretty sure one of them is covering, well, one of them must be covering A site right now, but if they've got both, it could be so hard for China to get in on this one. Captain Mo, sorry, is going to be the first victim there. AWP shot rings out, and now the rest of the team has to think, how are we going to get onto this side? We've got 1 Molotov.
So yes, absolutely no utilities and a bit of presence there. They do know the AWP is playing towards ticket.
Come on.
They had 1 smoke. You know what? They can do the old matchmaking play. Just run it up to the best. And there you go. Huge frag from DD. Opens the site right up, and they do have the players pushing off and towards the beat. The other AWP is in the jungle area. Bomb will go down, and these Chinese boys will take their post-plant positions. So up to 5 frags to try to take this back. I'm surprised I didn't see the shoulder picking through there. I'm not sure if my X-ray was just a bit bigger, but I'm sure he was a little bit shown there in jungle. But DD, a great angle here to take on. But he's going to go for a bit of a rotate there. So Spinch slowly making his way onto the bomb site. Certainly a play for. Unfortunately not able to take that quick frag, and now it's just all down team. He's got 2 flashbangs left and the defuse kit on hand. So that's a one-on-one. He has no idea. He's not checking main. He's suspecting Palace. And DD trying to play the cool comeback game. He's got to go quicker than that. He's got to take the frag down. He takes him down just in time to save that nil scoreline. Great work, great composure. If that was me, I would have freaked out and screwed it all up.
Yeah, well, I kind of understand that play, right? You're trying to bait somebody out if they're in Palace, so you can maybe get the frag. It would be a difficult duel if he was in there, but you were never going to be able to chase down the kill in ramp and defuse the bomb. So that really was his only option. The problem is, it seems DD kind of read the script, knew what was coming.
Absolutely, he played percentage as well, but unfortunately it did not work out for him that round.
Played it right to the last second, did DD. Tenchi though, going to be firing off with a 5-7, finds himself 1. They're gonna, unfortunately, a couple of trade backs elsewhere on the map.
But here we have a 3-on-3 doing great work with 5 balls. Sends out AK, and Kochak with the P250 going. Oh no, sorry, Spin with the other P250. There you go. You have a Eco 1.
Yeah.
The power of the pistol, and we see the first round for the Russian guys, also known as 5 frags, as you can see above. So, is this the momentum they require? Obviously, 1 round isn't too much momentum. It's not any momentum, really, but it's a start.
Yes,
it is a start.
They're moving in the right direction. They've stopped moving in the wrong direction, I guess, is the way we can put it. Yeah. I don't know about that, though. It seems like if you're relying on that kind of round happening over and over, that might be a little hopeful.
Yeah, very hopeful, really. But we'll see 1-for-1 there. And look at this. The frag's just popping out there, and his sight opens up. Kochak, the only one alive, holding this short position. He sprays there and gets down a very low attacker, and it's a 2-on-1. He's done something. He was very close last time. Can he do it again?
Is he going to hear that?
He just oh, wow. Gets taken down by Captain Mo.
Yeah. Trying to make the rotate over towards the A site, I think, but he just didn't have much information to work with in that scenario. So
they knew exactly where he was. So not much contest there from the boys on 5-frag, but 7-1. And unfortunately, this is a CT side of map, so you got to think they're going to have to start putting some rounds on the board at this stage for any chance to challenge this very dominant Chinese team.
Yes, it's basically start bringing it back now, or don't ever. It probably
just
won't.
Don't. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, win it now or just give up. And there's a player coming from unders, but Koshak luckily changing his line there. And Captain Mo is going to have a little sneaky peek through connector. Will pick up that frag. No, Whipson gets traded very quickly by Koshak. So very unlucky there. Uncharacteristic of Captain Mo to miss a shot like that.
Yeah, it seemed like he just didn't counter strafe. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. They're just a little bit too eager to get that shot in.
Indeed, but the firepower still reigns supreme over on the Tyloo side. And we see Al-Mazri just lurking towards that palace area. And it looks like there's a bit of heavy presence. The bomb's still way deep towards T-Spawn. Could go anywhere at this stage. And it looks like Fancy is just trying to find some information. And they have 3 players closer to this A bomb site. So they're, I guess, in the right way. And it looks like Fancy will go through T-Spawn and pick up that bomb as they make their presence known on towards the B side. Somebody getting a great shot and 2 entries there, so they will have control of the B side, but the bomb is a bit far back, so the rotates will be coming through market. They're just got to hold on for their friend with the bomb to come out and get caught with a gun.
Ooh, yeah, that's not what you want to have happen to you. Caught with a grenade out, caught with your pants down, equivalent roughly. Right now, though, they still haven't got the bomb onto the site, so this is actually giving a lot of time for Russia to position themselves, and they've managed to catch the bomb just as he was getting onto the site. So this is going to be kind of tricky for China to hold, and Kojak is making it even more difficult. Potentially comes around the corner.
So that was unfortunate. They did make themselves known a bit too early for the bomb to get there in time, and the rotates coming in, making it very difficult for all players to get onto the site there safe and sound. So we see a 2-7 scoreline, and the economy's crumbling over on the Chinese side.
Yeah, they're going to go for it, though. Going with the full armor and the UMPs / the Tech 9s.
They know they can put the CTs on the eco here, so why not go for it, I guess. That's the train of thought here, and we've seen what they can do with these UMPs and these Tech 9s, so everything to play here for China to really reassert that dominance and then cut this potential comeback. Yeah,
the A-Execute rush down is going to be similar to what we saw with the MAC-10s earlier on, and I think, looking at it, it looks pretty hopeful for them right now. They are making their moves. They found themselves the first kill and the second.
Great work from him. Boga just spraying through the connector though. He's giving away his position to DD. If he can just kind of play this smoke like a little cheeky person, he will get to quite an easy frag popping up here, but Plazinho gets somebody down on stairs, and DD, he knows he's there. He's heard those pot shots. He's going to hear him jump upstairs. There you go. There's the cuckoo kill. Great play there from DD, and it's a 2-on-3. Bomb is down, but a couple of players out of position right now for the Tyloo team, so DD is a bit pegged in that room there.
Yeah, but he's given them a lot of misinformation by jumping up and down and getting on the ladder, so they can't actually tell which way he's going.
There you go, forcing the old 5-frag guys back onto that eco, so worth the risk there in the end from the Tyloo guys.
Yep, it seems to be a problem for Russia, just the rush down, right? They didn't seem to know how to cope with it. They ended up giving a lot of frags away.
So you could say that Russia can't handle the rushes.
Yes, you could.
You could. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. You can use that one next time. Yeah.
Really? Yes. I'll try and work that into my day-to-day life.
So we see a couple of USPs, a dig and armor on Almaza, but not too much else on the team. But here we see Spinch getting a couple of frags down, but unfortunately gets traded straight back. And we see that Tyloo dominance, obviously with the superior firepower. Not too much of a fight there, but a frag there for Almazri with that P250. And we'll bring his bank back up, but we'll see if they go for the force here, which they will. So they're going to be lacking a few utilities. A scout coming up on Plazinho, which is not the gun he wants, and a FAMAS over on Koshak. They need to make this round work, or else they're looking in terms of a financial situation, much like me on struggling to find an analogy. But they will be poor.
UIRL, probably, knowing most casters.
Indeed. No, they won't be in debt. So they won't be casters, really.
Yeah, well, sadly not a game mechanic. That would be a bit weird.
It would be interesting, actually. Valve, if you're listening, maybe debt, credit purchases. But here we see this
fun mechanic.
This Chinese train coming out, all stop somebody opening up the side again, just two straight to the face. Look at this. He's just all confidence right now. Attacker will put the bomb down there, and the two players can see he gets taken straight down. So it's a different situation. Trade straight back in very familiar position. Only Koshak with that FAMAS armor and not much else, unfortunately. They know exactly where he is, so you've got to think not much of a chance at that stage.
Yeah, pretty much a big old lineup there. A lot of people going down in CT. But we have got a pause coming through. I think it's from the Russians.
Yep,
we're seeing
old 5 frags, tack pause. 210, would you like to have seen this pause come a little bit earlier?
Yeah, I've got to say...
They were intermittently winning rounds, though, so you...
Well, yeah, I mean... To be honest, I'd have said the best time would have been before they won the first round that they won. But, you know, then they won the round, so I guess they carried on at that point, so...
And now they've lost the power.
This is now a technical pause. I don't know what's going on with that one. We'll find out at some point, I hope.
Wish they'd let us know when they cut the camera to us. I was just about to have a massive stretch. It's super awkward now. I'm just going to stare at the barrel and just...
It's fine.
You're going to have to save me, Swannington. I'm like a deer in headlights right now.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
So
we had a...
I'm going a little mad.
Maybe
it's
it was
been a mad day.
I think it's been a madly long day. I think it maybe it was just a technical pause from the get-go. Because I imagine someone's obviously trying to fix their computer now or fix up their system. Not too sure. Yep.
I mean, but it said tac. He said it.
Did it?
Yeah.
And then he just bailed.
He said tactical. Yeah, so... I don't know, maybe it was very conveniently timed lag, or maybe somebody else told him to pause and you didn't know why. I don't know. A lot of possible reasons for that one.
So we're not too sure how long this will take. We'll wait for the player to rejoin, but I think it's a good time for a break, don't you?
Very well. Oh, actually, no, it's not. He just joined.
Well, yep.
We don't have time for a break.
More of my own words.
And
I imagine they will be unpausing very soon. CZ coming out at Deagle on Foga, or Romanenko, I believe that's probably his real name. And here we go. The unpause coming out from both players. Spinge. Spinge reminds me of a very popular, probably one of the most popular Australian players. Very controversial back in his time. He's now retired and has a very successful stream. His name's Sponge. So, yeah, good memories coming from calling that name out there. But here we see a UMP and a bit of a force up here. So maybe the Tech 4 is calling it do or die now, boys. So lovely to see what they will try to do. It's a bit of a stack towards their bomb site. Not really, kind of a default. They don't have much presence in mid. And we see all of the Tyler guys. Heavy presence here in Palace. This is going to go down one day. Oh god, Mazuri, this is not going to be good. Do not turn that corner, my friend. Do not go in there, my friend. This is not going to be good. I can't watch this.
Someone could flash for him.
I want the Chinese guy to come out and pick him. If he goes in, it's just going to be so... Alright, yeah, just put him out of his misery, DD. I can't watch this. Oh my god, he gets everything back. He gets up, he gets 2. Holy cow, that's not the way I thought it would go down. But unfortunately, it does get traded out, so it's 3-3 situation with the firepower definitely in the favor of the T's in China, and they will take the bomb down there. We've got 2 players. The Molly does actually do quite well to stop him out, but Fogger every chance to hit one of those shots with that dig. They know there is definitely a presence there, but if they get a bit aggressive, they will get taken down. But bomb should be going down very shortly, and we'll see what these guys can do on the retake with half the amount of firepower that they need.
Yeah, they're
nice little
not
peek there.
covering the CT peak there on the Chinese side. Not too sure about that one. I know there's a lot of scary people.
Big D! And he gets a second! Holy cow, attacker is only on 15 health. And he gets taken straight down. So look at that. Great work there from the pistols. The dig doing work, and especially that peak. I was fearing for his life there with that 5-7, but does great work there, getting the 2 quick frags to turn around for his team. And guess what? Tactical pause paying off?
Yes, it did, right? But the problem is, even if they win every single round in the half, at that point, that still leaves them on 5 rounds.
And on the old
I know I'm a massive buzzkill, and that's literally what I do a lot, but...
Really? No.
Yeah, no, you've not picked up on that all day, I'm sure. But, yeah, they're still going to be in a really awkward situation. Not necessarily impossible.
And we'll say something we've been saying so many times. The pistol is all important. It always is important, but... Yeah. I mean, the difference between a 10 and 8 and a 13 and 5, well, it's a game really, isn't it? One's a fighting chance, the other one is pretty much GG, but here we go, Captain Mo trying to open up the side again, somebody doing the same on the B. We can see a bit of a heavy presence from the CTs onto the B side that, imagine that Swag 7 is holding the van position, though, it's moved out, or it's not even on the B side at all, there you go. And Fogger will take down somebody who's been doing huge entry fragging work there. And here we go, we're seeing a very refreshed, revitalized Russian team here. Great aim coming out from Mazuri, maybe just the confidence after the old 5-7 frags there.
Yeah, definitely, actually. Really crisp shooting, frankly. There.
Crisp shooting.
Crisp
Sounds
shooting.
like you're describing
Crisp
a
shooting
fine
there, yes.
Chardonnay or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's sort of the level of pleasure. But good
Another
to see.
level of pleasure.
No, that is the level of pleasure. Good stuff to see at any
Back
rate.
to the points.
Spin J, and there's a lot of fighting.
Attacker getting 2 frags. They probably shouldn't have, and obviously on the CT side, going to the last round, it will not affect the economy too much. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. It doesn't roll. They're all fine and dandy. Maybe short on utilities in some ways, but let's see what these guys can do. 10-5. We're seeing a bit of a chink in the invariable Chinese armor.
Yeah, I think this is...
Oh my god, I didn't mean to say that. I just heard what I said.
Whatever.
I just heard what I said.
No, it's a
You know what?
legitimate English
That's
word.
actually, I wish I meant to say
Yeah,
it
if you
because
hadn't
it's
commented
genius.
on it, it wouldn't have been a problem. There you go.
I'm a subconscious comedic genius.
You're dooming yourself right there. Okay, but again, I mean, okay, so let's just focus on this round for now. Tyloo, not the best scenario for them, but they are going to go with what's been tried and true for them. They're going to go for this A execute. It looks like they're going to come through. No one coming in from Palace, though, which
Look
is a
at
little bit
attack. I don't even think they
interesting.
know that he's out here right now. Look at this. Oh no, they do totally spotted, but he gets the double blink there and gets traded quickly out by Koshak, who is playing that ticket booth area.
Ooh,
so they know where the players
so
are.
good.
They're lacking the firepower. The spray down, unfortunately, going a bit alright for DD, but Fancy backing that up. He spotted the player connector, but unfortunately, Spinge trades that out. So it's the 2 Deagles trying to clutch this final round for the T side. And look at that. It's the old rope-a-dope.
Yeah.
Can they hold this side down with the Deags?
That's going to be really tricky for them, but we'll see. If they
would
find this
almost-
first peak, like somebody wants to peek
turn the kick.
because he can
Get him!
this.
Oh, wow! It's a wallbang headshot. And he can't get the second. Unlucky not to bank that one, but he picks up the AWP there, so great work there. He does need to cover his side.
Ooh, this is awkward.
Oh my goodness, they're going to do it. They're going to pull off the no-scope coming out the pistol, so it's a 1-on-1 now. Bomb ticking away.
Playtime.
He's running. Peeks. Nope, there you go. That's
Too
it.
bad,
No time
so
left.
sad.
Well played there from Captain Mo. And a little salt in the wound. Kochak will go down, just statistically getting another death. So great round there. Look at that. Defending the site with the digs. I was going to say it's almost like defending B site with 2 Deagles, because it's exactly what that is.
Yes.
Yep.
They did it. They successfully held that push coming in from the Russians. Like, I was very concerned for the A execute, but because they didn't take control of the site. But I guess they got enough kills for that clutch to be a possibility at the other end. Then they obviously didn't commit quite as hard to it. Maybe they were just playing on the fact that previously they had done so many A executes and they had worked out almost every single time that they thought, okay, well, we'll just switch it up a little bit now. But second half.
So, do you give 5 frags a chance if they don't pick up the old pistol?
No.
I'm not sure why the scoreboard isn't going away. Maybe a bit of a thing on the OBS computer there, but if we can address that, which soon does, we do see full armor out with the Glock train there. And DD going super aggressive, finding both frags and bomb down. So that's an amazing play there.
Ow.
That's almost seals his team a very easy win coming in, and unfortunately Spinge.
Okay.
Look at this. It's just close quarters battles of the finest kind, and checks the corner there. Very well done by Koshak. So it's a 2-on-2, but they do have bomb down DD with that very aggressive play, getting the early advantage for his team and potentially a round-winning play in the first few seconds.
Yeah, it was, but it can still come down to quick duels here, and they're going to be baking their way out. They're just running basically from the fight, and simultaneous headshots at different parts of the map, but it's just going to come down to it. There's plenty of time, but it's just going to be a straight challenge here. DD's going to look for this one. I got that feeling. He's that kind of player, right? But Koshak, is he going to be the one to make the move? It doesn't really matter who picks.
Oh, there you go.
DD is going to take that.
I really wanted DD to pick there for a second.
I wanted
what
it
happened
to.
here,
It's
right?
like,
the ego.
it's like he shouldn't really, in theory, but that was what I thought he would.
And once again, we do see a couple of rifles coming out in a UMP. Captain Mo yet to buy. So yes, we see a 4-rifle buy-up with single UMP. So obviously wanting to put this to an end and not too concerned about building up that bank and using the long range against his pistol. So hopefully we'll see them get the bonus 2 rounds, unless Bomb Plant comes into it at some stage where they can get that 3rd round buy. But here we go, look at that, some great firing through the smoke with those rifles. And at this stage, looking pretty grim.
Yeah, the force up, really not getting any momentum here, and a little bit unfortunate. Whiffs that shot as well there, Tenshi, so now it's just the hunt down on the last guy, although arguably an unnecessary risk to do that, but they're not going to let him get that bomb back up just in case he can somehow sneak a plant or a kill somewhere else. So,
and a perfect round for China.
Yeah, very simple, very clean, and they know what's coming next. They know it's going to be an eco, but that's fine. They'll just sit back.
That's all right. They can buy up rifles for the next round. They're still on 14, which is a world of difference from playing a team that's on 15. Psychologically, right?
It is. That being said, it's still not exactly great.
Oh, definitely could be better scenarios in this great game we call Counter-Strike Global Offensive, but here we go again. DD just shutting down any push coming from Palace, and Fancy playing close with that UMP will take down the easy final frag. And there we go, the scenario is set. It's once again, it's another nice number for my OCD. It's 4-1-4 up the top there. It's nicely balanced. These things make me happy.
Okay.
These things.
Whatever makes you
I want to share these
whatever
with you.
Doesn't do a lot for me.
I feel like you're taking the piss. I feel like you're not reciprocating my love.
No, I mean, well, I'm not reciprocating. It's difficult to reciprocate with something that isn't there. I've no great love of the number 414.
We see 5 AKs, not too many utilities on the T's there, but we see aggression coming up mid. Captain Mo taken down to 15, eventually gets fragged, but traded out. So the trade coming off beneficial for the CT side there. And unfortunately, Koshak is on the B bomb side, but the bomb is not to be seen with him, so it looks like they're going to have to go and hunt.
Well, I'm sure they won't be too upset about that. Now, what are they going to be doing here? Well, actually looks like Tyloo / China are going to be just sitting back for the moment, finding themselves a kill. Tenchi going to try and get the trade, but he's not really... sorry, not Tenchi. Trying to get the trade, but going to struggle with that. DD backed up well.
That is unfortunate, but Spinge with all the work to do. He is on 100 health. He has got lots of utilities now, but not exactly where he's going to get traded straight out. So a little bit of hope there taken quickly away by attackers M4A4, and now we have it match point. Very consistently dominant performance from China there, just like we saw earlier, and re-establishing their assertion as potentially the favourites for this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this still isn't quite on the level of Korea, right?
There was the scoreline, wouldn't say, but 3 rounds doesn't mean much, right? But it's like just the structure that Korea had, that MVP had in that game on Overpass was just something else.
I've rarely seen a more suffocating game.
And we told them not to do this, but they've done it anyway. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, no.
Well, no, wait, I think this happened last time, and then it crashed. But we'll see what's going on. There's going to be an execute coming through, and the T's are going to be just charging straight on, of course. Russia giving it a last go, but that's
there
all
we
she
go.
wrote.
Great showing from Tyler once again.
Yeah, once again, I mean, what can we say, right? They didn't play anything amazingly special there. There was no super secret strats that we saw, but solid play, and they just took it home.
Just big entries on the T side and strong holds, and pretty basic stuff, really. Not this kind of amazing structure and forward play that we saw on the Koreans, but enough to get a job done very convincingly. Russia looked quite promising, a couple of eco rounds won there, but unfortunately not enough to kind of swamp this very dominant Chinese team.
Yes, indeed. But I think we have one more game this evening.
I believe we do.
Coming up after this. I cannot for the life of me remember which one it is, so I'm sure it'll come up on the screen in just a few minutes. Thank you for watching, guys. We will be back after this break.
Weapons fall, I'm drowning in the fears, and now I know that I will fall again and let it go, but I can't stop to
mountains of doubt try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out. You can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones. You won't ache my soul. You can't get to me.